Hello! Welcome to this evening's card reading. I got inspired to kind of just sit down and do a reading. I think it's going to be really cool. Let's take a moment of peacefulness. Breathe in and breathe out. And feel the waves of peacefulness that surround you. So, we've got three really cool decks. We have Spirit Song Tarot. We have Joy de Vivre Tarot, and we have Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. These are really cool. I want to do the Fairy Oracle cards first because I was kind of feeling this like positive fairy energy recently. It's kind of that whimsical spirit, that kind of fantastical, whimsical spirit of life. So I was like, what better way to honor the fantastical than to kind of like get out the fairy decks, you know? So that's really cool. So I'm just kind of like shuffling these cards. The intention is to receive uplifting and compassionate wisdom that we can use to enrich our lives. And we honor ourselves, we treat ourselves well, and we go through our life peacefully. That's kind of like the vibe I'm feeling right now, definitely. Okay, so I'm shuffling a lot. I feel like I'm going to pick 3 cards. Okay, let's see. Do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see what messages we get. Oh, interesting. The first one says solace, return to nature, tree wisdom, natural remedies, and flower essences. This is solace. Kind of going like that since there's a glare. So it's a picture of a fairy in a tree. I'm trying not to get a glare, but it's difficult. The cards are kind of shiny. It's really cool. It's interesting, like, in this card, it's a pretty dark surrounding because there's this tree, almost like this grounded earth feeling. Like the tree reminds me of this rich dirt. So I'm getting the sense of being rooted and having this very strong, deep, compassionate energy that you can relax into, and you don't have to have any fear. You can really let yourself be held up by this really rich sense of life. So I think that's part of the fairy wisdom coming through today. Next card says shimmer, glamour, confidence, allure, and charisma. This is kind of a purplish card. So I think this card is showing that it's okay to dazzle. Like, you have your beautiful life, and you can dazzle. You can let yourself, like the saying goes, let yourself shine fully, and you don't have to compete with anyone. You can shine enjoy that. And the way to enjoy that the most is removing that sense of competition or comparison. So that's really cool. It's almost like the opposite color scheme of the first card. So it's like, yeah, the card looks really dark, especially from far away. And then this one has like the pinkish purple kind of color, which kind of goes with the meaning too. Like the color is an important element, I think. The third card is the Grail Fairy. Fertility, the return of life, health, and life cycles. This is about feeling your full sense of wonder, your full sense of good fortune. To not in a preachy way, but I feel like each of us is so blessed to be here, and I think sometimes we lose sight of that because life can be so challenging. But the Grail Fairy is about finding that holy grail that's your own inner holy grail of how life is meaningful to you. To me, I don't think that's predestined. I think that's something you create. You use your imagination and you create the meaningful life. So it's like that inner holy grail that allows you to feel grateful and allows you to stop picking apart things. Like, don't pick on yourself. Like, enjoy your embodiment, your full sense of your physicality. Don't pick that apart. Just find your inner holy grail and know that you are beautiful, and you have this shimmer and this glamour, this sophistication to you that comes naturally to you. So with that inner holy grail, you can really feel that sense of yourself without feeling like you have to pick apart something in like a negative way. You can just really, really relax. Okay, so now let's turn to the Spirit Song Tarot. I think it's going to be some different animals. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these as well. All of these cards are so beautiful. All three of the decks. I guess Spirit Song and Joie de Vivre are both by Paulina Cassidy. And then first deck about the fairies is by Lucy Cavendish and art by Selena Benich. You see that. So our intention with this reading is pretty similar, to get some uplifting wisdom, to see the animal kingdom, like the spirit of the animal kingdom, can come through a little bit and give us some cool messages. Shuffling and shuffling. Okay. I guess I'll pick 3 of these as well. I usually don't pick 3 cards. I usually do 2 or like 5 or something like that. But 3 is good. Okay, the first card is 10 of Feathers. Oh, interesting. 10 of Feathers, recovery and transformation. But the animal is a snake. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of like pastels. For some reason, the snake has feathers around it. I'm not sure why. 10 of feathers, recovery and transformation. Well, okay, so the first card of the fairy deck was Solace. Solace. 10 of feathers, recovery and transformation. I want to say you have this, like this deck says Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle for the first one. I want to say you do have this wild wisdom, and you're the type of person who is not going to let yourself feel defeated by anything. Like you may have huge challenges in your life, and it may be something that really shakes you to your core sometimes, but you're always going to ultimately rebuild. So that's that recovery and transformation energy coming through to really acknowledge that aspect of you that is so powerful. The next card is Queen of Shells, Peace and Compassion. And it's, I guess, a seal. Peace and compassion. That's what we started out with in this video. I was talking about having a sense of ease and peace. This is kind of like a really good card for this reading. Again, kind of stop and like feel that peace and compassion energy coming through. Yeah, I can feel it. It's really good. And the third card is 10 of Crystals, Stability, and Attainment. And there's a crocodile. Stability and Attainment. I feel like these definitely went with the first three. I have them like laying on top of each other. I feel like that definitely works. 10 of Crystals, Stability, and Attainment. Like you are going to find your holy grail that's within you. You are going to be able to have the balance that you need in your life. Things are going to start to flow really naturally for you, and you're not going to have to worry. It's going to be really good. Okay, now for the third deck, I guess it'll be nine cards total. We're going to look at cards from Joie de Vivre Tarot. I don't know how to pronounce that well. Is it Joie de Vivre or Joie de Vivre? Joie? I'm not sure. I don't speak French. I took a couple semesters of French in like the end of middle school and high school. I didn't learn that much, and I lost it. Whatever I did learn, so kind of interesting. I think I don't know. It's a tangent. I think you have to be pretty dedicated, I think, to study a language and to study it well. So maybe one day I will study a foreign language. That'd be kind of fun. But I can't say that I really learned that much when I was younger about foreign languages. Oh, interesting. So the first card is one that flipped out as I was shuffling, and it is the Lover's card. So this means there's someone special out there for you, like a kindred spirit. Not necessarily a lover, but a kindred spirit. And I feel like you and this person have a soul connection. And you visit each other in your dreams. I've heard of this recently. So I'm pretty interested in this idea. So I feel like you have a soul connection with someone, a kindred spirit. You two visit each other in your dreams. And you have this like partnership throughout eternity. But something kind of mysterious a little bit. So it keeps that like mystery and that intrigue in life that we kind of need. I feel like we kind of need some things in life to be kind of mysterious and unknown because it makes life more interesting and more fun. We have to let things keep developing and unfolding. I feel like reading cards is all about weaving stories together. So it's about crafting it. So as I talk about the cards, you are weaving the tidbits that inspire you, and you are weaving your own stories. Okay. Card number 2. Card number 3. Okay. Card number 2. Oh, interesting. 9 of Swords. So this is like something is weighing on you, or has been. This is an invitation to let go of that. So if anything is weighing on you, you don't have to put up with that. You can let it go. You deserve to feel really, really good in your own soul, in your own body, in your life. You deserve to feel a sense of well-being and ease and peace. Like that is part of your innate birthright, is to feel these wonderful things. And so this is 9 of Swords is showing what we need to let go of in order to have a sense of this peace and compassion. And the third card, 5 of Coins. Interesting. It's like, so with all of these positive cards, there's still this sense of feeling left out in the cold to a certain extent. That's interesting. Okay, let's get a card to explain 9 of Swords and 5 of Coins. I'm going to shuffle and pick one more. I've seen people do this. It's kind of a cool idea because sometimes you don't really understand where the cards are going. Like you have this big spread and then it ends on like a weird note. So you're like, well, what would happen next? Or how can I understand this better? Okay, shuffling. Okay, so how can we understand 9 of Swords and 5 of Coins better? Okay, I'm getting 2 cards. Okay, so in order to understand, sorry about the street noise. Okay, in order to understand these cards better, we're kind of like the challenging ones. The first card is the moon. That's really beautiful. So with the moon, we get this lunar dream-like energy, which is more like what I was talking about with the Lover's card and like meeting a kindred spirit who's like on your soul path with you in some distant way, meeting someone in your dreams. And so we have this violin player. This is a very whimsical, beautiful image of this violin player with 3 owls. Just like very fun and pleasant. And it says the moon. So I feel like this is about creating more of a dream for yourself. So if you feel that 9 of Swords energy, it's like stress, you can dream a new dream. And that's really cool. And then, oh, interesting. Okay, so with the 5 of Coins, I think you're feeling left out in the cold, so you have to let go of all of these judgments about yourself and others, or at least about yourself. Yeah, I think yourself and others. You have to let go of these judgments because it's holding you back from experiencing the full like dream you have for your life. So, this is really cool. Okay, this video is approaching being a pretty long video. If you liked any of these decks, I recommend all three. So if you're inspired to get them, you should, because they're very beautiful. I feel like they went together well, so I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.